We'll just start in whatever is comfortable, seated wise. And then we're going to do some of this like overhead reach. So shoulder blades down and back, hands up overhead. Pretend like you're holding a big beach ball up over your head. And we're just going to take some breaths here. Just pulling your shoulder blades down and back, really reaching for the sky, squeezing that beach ball. And at the same time, pulling your rib cage down, squeezing your stomach so that your back stays nice and straight up and down, not leaning back. We're going to do a little bit of work with our shoulders today, so really trying to like activate them. Taking a couple deep breaths, just holding up overhead. Maybe 2 more deep breaths. And as you exhale, we'll just kind of tip to one side, maybe the left first. Keep that beach ball in your hands, but try to get the stretch in the side of your body. And still thinking of shoulder blades down and back. And then we'll take and tip the other way. All right, and then we'll do some big circles, tipping forward, and then reaching straight up. You don't need to reach back, but really reaching forward, big sweeping circles around your body. And then we'll go the other way. My room is too small for my circles. Okay, and then go ahead and like shake your arms out. Maybe get your hands flopping around a little bit. Really flick water off your fingers. And then we'll come onto hands and knees. And from here, we're going to do some scat push-ups. So this looks a lot like cat-cow. You're just going to pull your shoulder blades together, let your chest sink towards the ground, and then push the ground away, rounding your shoulder blades. Just some scat push-ups with your knees down. So all you're really focusing on is your shoulder blades. You're pulling them together and then pushing the ground away. And just do about like 10 of those on your own, nice and slow and steady. And your elbows should stay pretty straight. And then after you've done 10 of those, we're going to go ahead and sit your butt back onto your heels. And then we're going to twist this right arm up to the ceiling. And then you're going to try to thread your right arm through this little hole right here. And get that stretch in your shoulder. And then back up. And again, moving nice and slow and steady. Getting like 5 or 6 of these twists in, and then we'll switch to the other side. All right, and we'll switch sides. Really opening up your chest, twisting the ceiling, and then trying to pull through under your armpit as far as you can. For our next little piece of warm-up, we're going to do some, just with no weight, we're going to go through the movements of some Turkish get-ups. We were doing these for a while, way back in like March or April, and then I kind of like hurt my shoulder one time when we were doing them, so I just like stopped writing them. But they're super fun, and I don't know why. I shouldn't have just stopped writing them for everybody. So we'll just kind of go over them again because it's been a while as a part of our warm-up with no weight, and then we'll kind of keep breaking down parts of the movement. So what you're going to need now is just space. And so, like, for me, that's the hardest thing to come by around here, but it's okay if you're kind of making do, but you want to be able to be like a snow angel in the space that you're in. And we're going to start, whoop, there goes my camera. I'm going to try to make sure you can see me. And so again, you're just starting kind of laying out like a snow angel, and we're going to have your right foot is going to be on the ground, and your left fist is going to be up in the air. So right foot on the ground, left fist in the air. Your other leg is going to be off to the side, and your other arm is off to the side. Again, like big snow angel, cover a lot of ground. From here, you're going to take your right elbow, and you're going to dig it into the ground and prop yourself up on your right forearm, keeping your left foot on the ground. And then from here, you're going to push yourself all the way up onto your right hand. I actually think I messed up. Reset. Sorry. See, this is why we got to keep doing them. Your left foot is on the ground, right elbow. Left foot on the ground, left hand. So remember that your foot's on the ground, the same hand that is up in the air. Sorry. I messed that up for the first time. And then we're going to dig into the ground. So here you're in this position, again, propping up on your forearm. Yeah, good job. That's so much better. And your opposite foot is up. And so then you're going to prop up onto your hand. And so this is where now you're going to put your weight in your left foot and in your right hand in order to pop your hips up into the air. Nice work. And then from here, you're going to take this right knee and just swoop it under your butt. So it's going to replace the spot where your butt was. And then from here, you can kind of come back up into this kneeling position. And you'll notice your hips are kind of not facing the same way. Your right knee is facing maybe this wall, and your left knee is facing this wall. So let's go ahead and close your hips so that you're just lunging straight forward. And then from here, you can easily stand up. Great job. And so we'll take that the right leg is going to go back. And then now we want to open up our hips. This becomes important later. So really take that, your hip, and open it up so that now, again, you have this 90-degree angle between which way your knees are facing. And then your hand's going to come straight down so that your right knee and your right hand are in the same line. And then from here, you're going to put all your weight into your right hand and your left foot, allowing your right leg to hover and swing through. And then you can set your butt down, and then elbow back down, shoulder blade back down. And then we'll switch to the other hand. And so other foot, so again, if our right hand is up, our right foot is on the floor. Can be totally tricky to remember that. And then from here, you're going to dig that elbow into the ground, so you're kind of propping yourself up on your forearm, and then onto your hand again. Nice job. Put all your weight in your hand and your foot so your hips can hover, and then your knee swoops through. Now we're kneeling, but it's kind of this awkward open kneel, so close your hips so it becomes easier to stand. Nice job. And then lunging back with that left foot again. Open up your hips. Hand comes down. And so this position here is we open up our hips so we have this nice open square, so it gives you lots of room as you put your weight in your right foot and your left hand to hover your hips and swing your leg all the way through. And then elbow down. And all the way back down into the ground. Okay, so this time, grab something around you that's not your item. Maybe it's like a book or a DVD or a slipper. Something that you can easily just balance on your hand, even if you're not holding it. Also, it can be a pretend thing. If you don't have anything you can grab. And we're going to try to do it again with this item balancing on your hand. And so we'll start right foot on the ground, right hand up in the air. And so again, from here, we're going to dig that left elbow into the ground and come up, propping ourselves up onto our forearm. And again, the whole time, I'm really trying to just think about balancing my item up overhead. Up onto your hand. Weight in your hand and your foot so you can come into this kneeling position. Coming up, closing the angle of your hips, standing up all the way. Lunging back. Hand comes down. Open up your hips so your foot can come through. And then all the way back down. Nice job. And then we'll switch to the other side. Also, watch out. There could be dangerous things around you that you're going to bang your head on, so be careful. Oh, yeah. Left hand, left foot. Propping up onto your forearm. Hand. Hips high. Close the angle of your hips. And stand it on up. Nice job. And so if that feels good, you can just keep trying a couple. We'll have like 5 more minutes just to practice with your shoe or whatever your item was. But if you feel ready for it, you could grab something maybe a little bit heavier, and you could try to do your 2 get-ups with the weight up over your head. And so as you're getting set, make sure that the weight is nice and balanced. You can use 2 hands to get it up there. And again, you're going to have your left foot on the ground, left hand up in the air. Still do that same thing. Really use your core to do a nice big sit-up, propping yourself up onto your forearm, pushing all the way onto your hand. Hips come high so you can bring your leg through into that kneeling position, closing the angle of your hips, and standing up. And then switch to the other side. And I'll just use a little weight on the right side. And if anything feels funky, definitely holler at me with anything you want to holler at me. Something else you can try is going back to back 2 in a row on one side. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to go straight back up again after coming down. So that could be a fun thing to practice. For the next 2 minutes, we're going to do 2 more minutes of these. Okay, so go ahead and finish that up. All right. Okay, and so the next part, we're going to do, you need your item. And if you have a couple different choices of items, you can kind of decide what's going to work the best for you. We're going to be doing 2 different movements. The first one is going to be a plank item slide. So you'll be in a plank position, and then you'll reach under your body and slide your item across to the other side. And then plant that hand, so you're going to reach under and across your body and slide the item through to the other side. And so everyone just maybe go ahead and practice a couple of those. See how your item feels sliding it back and forth. Just try a couple. Make sure it feels okay. And so you should feel like you're kind of pulling the item rather than pushing it. All right, looks like trying it out. And then the other thing that we're going to do are some thread the needle. So you'll be in like a side plank, and you can put this knee down if you want to and have this foot up, or you can have both feet, whatever you want. And then you're going to twist through here and then up to the sky. And so maybe just try like 3 of those on each side. Make sure that your space is going to work to do these. And you can be on your elbow or on your hand. Either way, whatever works best for you. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 plank slides, followed by 10 thread the needle. And you'll do that for both sides. So you'll do 10 alternating plank slides, 10 thread the needle on your right, 10 alternating plank slides, 10 thread the needle on your left. And we're just going to work through that for like 3 sets at the pace that works for you. And so again, I'll keep talking about it, but this is just some strength work that we can go through on your own. So starting with the plank slides, it'll be 10 plank slides, and each slide counts. And so when you're ready, you can get after those 10. And then once you've done 10 slides, you're going to go straight into 10 thread the needles on that one side. And then you'll repeat again for the other side. So 10 plank slides. And then 10 thread the needle. And rest a little bit, and then we'll repeat. And so starting again with the plank slides, doing 10 when you're ready. sure you're resting between your sets. And we're going to do another one, maybe 2 more sets, depending on how the time looks. Oh, also, Gina, maybe I would go to the Arboretum with you, depending on the time. So. No, it's cool. I just thought of it just now, too. So, let me know when you're going to go. Also humans if you want to come. Or cats. She'll get lost. She's like, bye, Amy. The other day, I just, like, walked Spike down to Ballard because it was that same thing. It was like, oh my god, you are insane. Like, we have to get out of the house. So I just, like, walked down to Ballard. It's kind of a serious walk. Arboretum sounds better. Okay, we have 3 more minutes for this part. So if you want to fit in one more set in 3 minutes, you can. Or you can rest. Okay, one last minute to finish up. Okay. All right, so for the next part, I was thinking it could be fun to do a partner workout. And so I think it will be good, but the trick will just be that you see your partner in the frame. And the idea is going to be one person is going to be doing 10 burpees and the other person is just doing sit-ups. So when you're not doing the burpees, you're like resting and just doing sit-ups for fun in case you're bored while you're resting. The sit-ups are extra. And so the idea is you're just going to like take turns doing 10 burpees and the other person's just going to kind of do some sit-ups. And so when you finish with your burpees, you can like point at your partner or let them know it's their turn. And we're just going to go for 15 minutes and get as many rounds as you can with your partner. And so the idea would be like to try to get as many rounds as you can and also to try to accumulate as many sit-ups as you can between you and your group. But again, the sit-ups are extra and nobody's really counting, but that's kind of the mentality. So in terms of partnering up, should I just assign a partner or is that what's going to be the best? Okay, I'll just go by who's next to each other on my screen. Who knows what that means, but let's get Amy and Molly Sinnott will be partners and Julia and Sam will be partners and Sheena and Chardy will be partners and Shira and Ellen will be partners. And if you missed your partner, maybe shout now so I can help you. And then also it's totally cool to be off mute and we can be hollering at each other. And or pointing is cool too. And just make sure that you can see your partner. Yeah, or that's a good idea. Maybe your group could also kind of shadow another group. And so then when Molly has to leave Amy, you could just like fall in and just do what Julia's doing or something like that. Yeah. You could just go for burpees until the time's up and that could be fine too. Just do like 10 burpees, 15 sit-ups until the time's up. Okay, any other questions or concerns? 15 minutes. Okay. Oh yeah, what do you want to start with, Q? You burpee first? Okay. Okay, good. Then I'll find my stopwatch. Uh-oh. What the heck are the cats doing? Cool. Yep. Yeah, you know what? Goodbye, everybody. I know everybody has to leave right on time. And last week I ran to pee and came back to an empty room, which is totally fine. I know y'all have places to be, and so goodbye now. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, but are we ready to start? Sam, is your cat okay? Okay. Take care. All right. 3, 2, 1, go! Also, leg lifts. You can do leg lifts to avoid chafing your butt, and that's fine. I might actually do leg lifts because my butt has been chafing. Oh. Absolutely, yeah, any version. Any version of burpees. Yeah, Q. Yeah, Q. Yeah, Q. Yeah, Q. Yuck you. Bye. Yeah, Tina. Nice job, everybody. 7 more minutes. Yuck you. Nice work, everybody. Yuck you. Yeah, keep it up, everybody. 4 minutes left. Q. Yeah, Q. 2 more minutes, people. Doing great. Yeah, Q. 1 more minute, everybody. 1 minute. Three, 2, 1. Rest. Nice job, everybody. So sweaty. Oh my God. Yeah, you're so great. Yeah, nice job. Great work, everybody. So welcome. Yeah, that was great. So sweaty. I was actually thinking the same. We vacuumed in here yesterday, and